Hey guys, Bryan Buhr with Berkshire Hathaway, and welcome to this edition of What Am I Signing? This is 1 year's worth of real estate transactions, a lot of paper. And with more and more forms being signed electronically, people need the opportunity to really learn about what they're signing. So hopefully these videos help. Let's get into today's form. So last time we kind of went through the first 2 pages of a buyer rep agreement. And now we got page 3, 4, and then also a little disclosure at the end of it as well. So at the top of page 3, it starts going through agency. So hopefully you looked at our first video about agency, and basically we're asking, if you're my buyer, do you want me to show you properties where I represent the seller as well? So it's a simple yes, no. The benefits are if you check yes, obviously we can show you properties that we have listed as well. Those are properties we usually know pretty good inside and out. The bad thing is, when it comes to negotiating, it makes that kind of dual agency situation where we can't negotiate as hard for you because we're representing the seller as well. So some people choose to say, no, Bryan, I'm hiring you. One of the reasons is really for you negotiating. Don't even show me the properties you have listed. Let's go look at everything else. So, and then there's just a few kind of pretty basic housekeeping things. It lets you know that there are other potential buyers we're working with, so we can't go at the drop of the hat all day, every day to any house you want to look at. It talks about previous agency relationships. So this is a big deal if a house was listed before and it didn't sell. Boy, it doesn't happen that often, but say I had a house listed before and we didn't sell it, and now it's listed with another company and I have a buyer that I think would like it. Even though I'm no longer working for that seller, any kind of confidential information I learned during that time, I still have to keep away from the buyer. Those fiduciary duties do extend beyond the contract, especially the confidentiality portion. It talks about how a contract is canceled. Basically, both sides have to agree to cancel a contract or it expires at the date we put on there. There is a little part talking about sex offender information. As realtors, we do not take on the liability of searching out that information in a neighborhood for you. It does direct you to a website for the Department of Corrections, and you can look that information up yourself. It's just too much of a risk if we get it wrong either way. If we say there is a sex offender and there's not, or if we say there's not and there is, oh my gosh, we can get in so much trouble. And then it talks about how electronic signatures work, and that is the end of page 3. Page 4 basically is just a little spot, a blank other section where you can write in any separate agreements between the buyer and the agent, and then a nice long spot for you to sign your name, date, address, all that other fun information. Also, at the end of these forms is a wire fraud alert, and this is pretty important. There's more and more scammers out there. When a property goes under contract, usually people can tell that a property is pending. Some people can do some research. They can find your information on Facebook and figure out, oh, Sally's buying this house. And if a scammer knows that you're buying a house, they know you're maybe a little emotional, maybe a little excited, and they'll call you and they'll pretend to be a title company or an attorney or something like that and say, hey, to make this house close, we need to get your bank account number to wire funds or to get your down payment and stuff like that. This form lets you know banks aren't going to call and ask you for a bank account number. The title company is not going to call and ask for a bank account number. Do not ever give your bank account number to anyone over the phone. I know that seems so simple for some people, but honestly, when you're buying a house, you're a little emotional, you're happy, you're excited, and people tend to, might not make the best decisions during those times. So that wraps up the buyer agency contract. Hope you enjoyed the video. Nice long 2-parter, but we'll have some more forms coming shortly, and hopefully you enjoy those as well. Thanks.